Good morning, Aries, and welcome to my channel. This is the Oracle of Zoraya Utranaya, and today I'll be doing a reading for you for the week of May the 26th to June the 1st, 2024. I've already cut your decks, and I've shuffled them all 3 times each, utilizing the numerology of the date May the 26th, 2024. So let's dive right in. Can't believe it's already June. So we have the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups can be quite emotional. I am an Aries. I have my Sun, my Mars, and my Mercury in Aries, and I have been feeling quite emotional. Let me know how you guys are navigating through these times now. But these emotions are like external from what I like any sort of circumstances that I have been dealing with. Okay, so I don't know if I'm picking up on the energy of the collective. I don't know if I'm just picking up on energy in general. I've even read some people on Twitter feeling waves of emotions coming in that they don't know where it came from. Like a couple weeks ago, I was starting to cry and reminisce about loved ones that passed. And this past weekend, I was feeling quite angry and in a bad mood, but I had nothing to feel bad about. So let me know if you guys are feeling the same way. But you know, she is an emotional person, so maybe we are all feeling a little bit off and a little bit more, our emotions are heightened. Okay, so this can also be a signification that perhaps our intuition, our extrasensory abilities are being heightened right now. So our psychic abilities, our clairvoyance, our clairsentience, our clairaudience, our telepathy, our empathy. Okay, so we're being asked here to not disregard our emotions, but to focus on what is important in our life in order to help navigate and to hone our focus and to transmute any of these energies or communications perhaps, or emotions that we are feeling right now, because they are fleeting, and they, especially when they're not ours, we have to acknowledge them, and then we have to try to transmute them. And I'm even talking to my spirit guides or my higher self, and I'm asking them, is this my energy, and or is it not my emotions? And if it's not, I am respectfully asking for you to leave, or for me to disconnect, to cut the cord of whatever this is that is making me feel this way, because you don't want things that are external to you to lower your vibration and to impede on your day and impede on your ability to get things done, to impede on your ability to focus on things that bring you joy. Because when you're in a bad mood, you can want to sulk in your bed all day, complain about things. It's just like a never-ending cycle, right? And so you want to catch yourself when you start getting into those kind of mind frames, and try to have some insight as to whether or not it is it's your emotions and it's your feelings, or if you're picking up on something else. Because the Queen of Cups is quite psychic and quite empathic, and she has a lot of extrasensory abilities. Now you see here how she has a cup, and it looks like a trophy. So like I was mentioning before, focus on things that bring you joy. She holds this and she cherishes the things that she loves in her life and holds them dear to her heart. And she puts all of her focus on these things. So whatever it is that you can focus your focus on, to transmute or to alchemize any of the emotions that you are feeling, do that. And just make sure that you're just focusing on how you can develop yourself. Focus on the here and now. Focus on the present moment. No need to worry about the future. You have your goals, you have your dreams, you have your aspirations. You're breaking them down into smaller components to make them manageable, smart goals. So specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. This is going to help you relieve any anxiety. We don't want to worry about the past or ruminate about the past because it is done. We can transmute the lessons that we have learned from past situations to help guide us forward, to learn the lessons from those situations so that we don't make them again and that we can become a stronger person. So focusing on how you can utilize your emotions to work for you and focusing on things that you can change and that you can alchemize in the present moment, and anything out of your control, you are letting go. The next card we have is the World, and I am welcoming this card definitely. So the World is the last card in the major arcana, and this signifies the Fool. So in the first card, the card 0 in the tarot and the major arcana is the Fool. And this represents us on our journey through different chapters in life. And each card in the major arcana is like a lesson or a theme or some sort of obstacle or situation in our life that we have to go through, and there are 21 different lessons or situations that the Fool goes through before he reaches the World card, which is the last card before so you're reaching a culmination point here. You have reached the pinnacle, you have reached the end of a cycle, a chapter in your life, and now you are going to go through this portal of transformation, transmutation, of a rebirth. You see how it's like a cervix, she's being born again, she's naked, and then you're going to start the journey, start all over again as a different person, because now you've alchemized, you've integrated all of the lessons that you have learned in this last chapter, and now you're starting as the Fool again. So we are not the Fool yet. We are in the midst of going through this portal of transmuting all of the lessons that we have learned in this last chapter. We are holding on. So this angel or this being here has 2 of the magician's wands in her hands. And this signifies co-creating with the universe. Excuse me. We are one with the universe. We are the universe. We are the universe creating itself and experiencing itself. And when you tap into the fact that you know you are a God and that you have ultimate and unlimited potential to create, this is very powerful. And so you're being asked here to ponder about what this next chapter is going to hold for you. And you're being encouraged to tap into the archetypes of Taurus, stable. These are fixed signs here that are located on the corners of the card. Fixed earth, unchangeable, stubborn in its ways, grounded, focusing on stability, focusing on beauty and sustenance and self-reliability. Leo, leading with your heart, just like the Queen of Cups. Stepping into your true authenticity. Tapping into your childlike essence. These are all things that, and individuality, freedom. Then we have Scorpio, another concept of death and rebirth. going through the transmutations all the time, constant death and rebirth, constantly reinventing yourself, constantly shedding what doesn't serve you, shedding your old self and stepping into your new, true, authentic power and true, authentic self. And Aquarius, people-oriented, communication, grassroots developments, technology. So integrating all of these aspects of these archetypes and all of the lessons that you've learned in this last chapter of yours when you are being birthed into this new chapter of yours. You are co-creating. What do you want this new chapter to look like? And what do you want you to look like? Who are you as a true essence? In the past, you have worn different masks or have been embodying different personas or different characteristics of people that perhaps served you at a time. And with conditioning of the society and conditioning from your parents and school systems and religious dogma, you have gone through a lot of chapters of the Fool, and you have learned what works for you and what doesn't. And now you're being called to actually step into remembering who you truly are and becoming that again, shedding all that is not who you really are. Yeah. Because we have the Judgment card is next. And the Judgment card indicates you are being called by your higher self into your higher purpose, to your true purpose. Your old self is dead. All of the old selves that you were at one point, they served their purpose and they were you at the time. But you are different. You have realized truths. You have done your shadow work. You have really healed. And you are able to look at your emotions from an objective point of view now. And we are being reborn, and we are being called, the trumpets of your destiny are being blown here, Aries. And you see how there are some people in their coffins here. They are made to look like they are dead. And they are. This is your old self. And you are being called upon into your new life, into your true calling. Do you see how this is number 20 and number 21? This is definitely the end of a cycle, and you are being called into something truly amazing. With the Queen of Cups, we have the Four of Swords. So like I said here, you might have been going through some emotional times, and you need to focus on things that can serve you, that you can channel your emotions into something productive, or something to distract you or to focus on. You're analyzing your emotions, you're analyzing your values as to what is important, which is very important when you are stepping into your new life, into your new calling, because this new life of yours is going to be based on values and your purpose and your mission in life. And with the Queen of Cups here, we have this Four of Swords. You have done a lot of healing with respects to your emotional state and your ability to regulate your emotions. You've healed a lot, and you're being encouraged to as well take some rest when you need it. You're in this limbo time between chapters. Things might be stressful sometimes. Things when you feel like your emotions are getting heightened and you don't know if they're yours or not either. Like I said, utilize strategies to transmute them, but also take some time to rest. There's nothing that says we need to be busy all the time. Resting is part of balancing your life out. And taking the time to maybe meditate, to communicate with your higher self and your spirit guides or any sort of entities that you work with, different forms of consciousness that you work with. Meditate and communicate and ask yourself, ask your higher self, is this mine or is this not? Do some yoga, go within, go to take a nap. It might reset you moving forward. But feel the emotions that you're feeling. Do not push them down. Do not disregard them. Acknowledge them. Figure out if they're yours or not, and then transmute them. What is it trying to tell you? Emotions are there to communicate if things are resonating with you or not. There's also blessing. We've been waiting for some movement here as well. Perhaps you have been feeling stuck too, because you are in this limbo state between chapters. And there is the blessing. You see in the stained glass window, there is like a pope, and he is bestowing blessings upon this person, and she's come in and is bestowing blessings to this gentleman here that has been laying there for quite some time. So you're looking for movement. It will come. You are being called into something great. So you, maybe even on a DNA level, you are changing. And you might be feeling tired. I know I'm feeling waves of exhaustion, and I have waves of manic energy. It could be a lot of the solar stuff going on right now too. But you might be changing on a genetic level. So rest when you need it. Because yeah, your old life is dead, done, and over with. Like you are going into a new chapter here. Your old life is being buried, and you're waking up into your new life and being born again. I'm very happy to see this. So this could also mean, like this old chapter of yours is dead, done, and over with. Old ways of thinking. This is swords. Thinking, communication, ideas. Old ways of thinking, old ideas, old dogmatic ideologies. A lot of truths are coming out right now in the world about a lot of different things. And so every day we might be exposed to truths that might turn our whole world upside down. Be in control of your emotions. It's a lot to handle, but you got this, Aries. And what can you do if things are too much going on in the outside world? Focus on your internal world, because the way that we see the external world is a reflection of what is going on within us. And with the Judgment card, we have the Devil. So I have a few different interpretations of the Devil. But when I see here, we have the theme of being in control of your emotions and being mindful of whose emotions you're feeling. Be mindful of what you're watching on the news. And like I said, if your external world is impeding on your ability to focus on building yourself, if it's affecting you negatively with respect to your mental health, you want to turn it off. And be mindful that you're not going back to any sort of, or utilizing any sorts of emotional regulation strategies that might be toxic or addictive. Like sex, like, what's it called? sex with people just to fill your emotional state, like make you feel better, but it doesn't help. Like anything that's a band-aid that doesn't allow you to hone in on what the emotion is trying to tell you. The more that the faster you face your emotions and try to figure out what it's trying to tell you, the faster it passes. But if you utilize drinking or drugs, like, not to say that those things you can't partake in them for fun, or like sex for fun, but to put a band-aid on an emotional state, it's just going to be there the next day. And when we have the devil with the judgment card here, the devil for me is in the allegory, like there's a difference between Satan and Lucifer, but the devil really is a symbol of standing in your own true individuality and not following the crowd. And so that is what I'm getting here with the judgment card. You're stepping into your true authentic self, and you are not caring what people think about you. And this is amazing, Aries. We're going to end off with a Sacred Geometry Oracle card, and it is Invitation, number 60. And this looks like a portal to me. Okay. Other dimensions. Light workers everywhere are exploring and adventuring into realms of energy, light, and vibration. Appearing as grids or matrices of light, geometric vibrational fields connect everything in existence. From the infinitesimal to the infinite, everything vibrates to divine order. Even chaos theory makes sense when seen as part of oneness with spirit. This card represents a doorway, a portal, or a stargate. Within this vision, you may travel to other dimensions of time and space, places that may not even exist in third-dimensional reality. Giving yourself permission to explore is the first step. A deep connection with spirit and the ability to ground yourself solidly is the next essential measure. Gathering your courage to leave the security of the known and venture forth is the third. This card also depicts two guardian figures who will act as guides and protect you on your journey. Go forward and experience all the wonders of all that is. So definitely a portal card, and maybe you are tapping into other dimensions and tapping into other extrasensory senses that you are developing with these waves of emotion that are coming in. Your DNA is changing and you are experiencing other things. So go with it and make sure to meditate and have a quiet mind in order to process everything that is going on with you. Okay. If this reading resonated for you, Aries, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if that is something that you'd like to do. You can also hit that bell notification to let you know when I release new videos. And if you want a more holistic approach as to what is going on with your week, not only check out your sun sign, but also your moon, your rising, and your Venus. I am so grateful for you joining me today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful week. Bye.